everybody, it's October 2012. We have a lot of shows to get to, so hey, let's not waste any more time. Let's get this started!
Hello Tallahassee, and welcome to another exciting episode of Tallahassee Theater Broadcast.
Just like last month, we are in the busiest time of the year for theater shows, but unfortunately not for auditions.
That's right. Although we do have a few auditions today, we can always use more if they exist. Remember, no matter how big or small your production is, you can always send us audition information via email at tallahasseetheaterbroadcast@gmail.com.
And of course, we love announcing film projects as well. Always feel free to send us your film auditions and film premieres.
With that, we go on to our main story. Tallahassee Little Theater is doing a production of Frankenstein, but not as you know it in the pop media.
That's right. This is the original Frankenstein, which is based closely on the classic novel by Mary Shelley and adapted for the stage by Victor Gialinello.
TLT has been fortunate enough to have Los Angeles theater veteran Joel David bring his talents down to Tallahassee, directing and designing this production of Frankenstein.
And now reporting live on the scene is a random homeless man. Brandon Collier. Brandon?
Brandon Collier here in front of the Tallahassee Little Theater, where they're doing the original Frankenstein. Let's go check it out.
Frankenstein was originally written in 1818 by Mary Shelley, and when she wrote it, it was a kind of a contest between her and a couple of other writers. And they decided that they wanted to challenge each other to make a horror story.
It's a wonderful novel written by a very young girl named Mary Shelley. I think she was 18 when she wrote it.
Everybody thinks of Frankenstein. They think of the 1939 Boris Karloff movie where giant imposing hulking figure with bolts on the side of his neck, giant hobnailed boots, and an oversized coat.
Everyone does mistake Frankenstein as the monster. It's really the creator of the monster.
This is not what they typically think of as Frankenstein. Usually they think of Boris Karloff, the monster who can't speak.
Mary Shelley's book wasn't quite that. It was more of a tale of a man's insatiable drive to explore science to the very finest. And at the end of it, ask us what really defines a human being.
It's a monster story, but it's so much more. It's a tragedy. There's romance. It's just a great story.
So the story turns out to be a story about Victor Frankenstein, who creates a creature from different body parts, different arms and limbs, and a different heart, different brain of different people. And these all come from dead people. And he actually brings this creature to life.
Well, we have a great epic that's going to unfold here, I believe, because we have a terrific director who's also the designer of the show. Visually, it's going to be stunning.
I'm incredibly jealous of the people who are actually going to get to sit in the audience and see this. The little bits we've gotten to see here in between our scenes have just been mind-blowing. There's so much going on. There's so much depth to every scene.
Had a great time putting it together. It's a big show. It's a lot of moving parts, a lot of big set pieces in here, a lot of action, a lot of drama. It's a good show. It's a good show.
Certain elements that stand out in my mind are definitely set design. Joel's done an amazing job, kind of flipping back and forth between director, designer. I mean, everyone's really done a good job.
I think it's going to be really, really entertaining, and it definitely is going to be something different than what people are probably used to seeing on the stage.
Absolutely fabulous cast, so I know everybody's really going to enjoy it, and I don't think they'll ever think of the character Frankenstein like they have before again.
It's a very epic story. It's a story of morals, of whether we choose to play God and the consequences of doing so.
I hope that they come out of this feeling like part of the Frankenstein family and feeling all of the drama and trauma that they have faced, as we all do, and that it wasn't just them sitting in the audience watching people up on stage. I hope this leaves them shocked and they get out of here and just want to come back and see it again.
I would like to invite the audience to really come with an open mind, to come with not preconceived notions as to what they think Frankenstein is, because I can tell you one thing, it is nothing of what you think it's going to be. And it's going to be a ride, it's going to be exciting, and it's going to be very, very entertaining. And we're really happy to show this amazing story to you.
Well, you've heard it from the director and the actors themselves. Come see Frankenstein at the Tallahassee Little Theater. Bye, everyone.
Bye. No, 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 no.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I said listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rockin'.
Hey guys, come on now, we got a show to do.
Brett, you know this is our punk music.
That is seriously my jam.
But we got you.
Put on some pants.
Woo! Happy Halloween, everybody. I'm Joey Torsiello.
And I am Natalie Delamater, and we have a lot of shows coming out between now and our next cast in November.
Let's get started with FSU School of Theater. Their next show is the musical sensation How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
This show follows the adventures of an ambitious J. Pierpont Finch as he climbs up the ladder of success while managing to get the girl, all with the help of a book. This show runs October 19th through the 28th in the FSU Fallon Theater.
After that, we have The Summer of Summer and Smoke by Tennessee Williams, directed by Michael Hayden, set in the early years of the 20th century. Alma Weinmiller, a very proper and spinsterous minister's daughter, and John Buchanan, the bad boy doctor from next door, share an anatomy lesson about the body and soul. Don't miss it, November 2nd through the 11th in the Lab Theater.
Then we have The Monster Under the Bed by Kevin Dyer, directed by George McConnell. Ben has a big problem. His mom is acting grumpy, his best friend Vince has stolen his precious binoculars, and his dad has gone off for a tour of duty. Oh, yeah, and there's also a monster under his bed. But when Ben swaps places with the underbed monster, his life is turned upside down. This powerful yet funny show explores the reality of facing our fears and acknowledging the monsters inside of all of us.
That sounds really sweet.
I know.
I'm excited to go. The Monster Under the Bed runs November 15th through the 18th in the Fallon Theater. For more information regarding tickets and season passes, please visit our theater. Please visit theater.fsu.edu or call our ticket office at 850-644-6500. For daily updates, follow and like the School of Theater at Florida State on Facebook.
Moving on to Tallahassee Community College, Theater TCC is performing The Curious Savage by John Patrick, directed by Derek Nieves. The Curious Savage is a comedy with a heartwarming message about love, age, and the human spirit, and she's trying to tell you she's in it. So go see it!
The show runs November 29th to December 1st and December 6th to the 8th at 8 p.m. Tickets can be purchased at the box office before the show in the Turner Auditorium, cash or check only, or bought online at FSU ticketing website, www.tickets.fsu.edu. Look for the Buy Tickets tab on the left-hand side, and then click Theater TCC, and buy them immediately.
And as our fabulous reporter Brandon told you earlier, Tallahassee Little Theater is performing Frankenstein. The show is running right now, so it only goes until October 28th. Better purchase the tickets online at TallahasseeLittleTheater.org.
It has amazing fight scenes, so you need to go see it. And not too far away from Tallahassee, Quincy Music Theater is producing Babes in Toyland, directed by Naomi Rose Mock. During the Christmas Eve blizzard, Lisa travels to Toyland in a Wizard of Oz-like fashion and arrives just in time for a wedding. The show runs just before the Christmas season, November 30th to December 2nd, and it's 7th through the 9th. 2012.
Well, the FSU Student Theater Association has a couple of shows that you are not going to want to miss. To start, they are performing Trestle at Poke Lick Creek by Naomi Wallace, directed by Blaise Teichier. Dalton and Pace make plans to test themselves by trying to outrun the train on a trestle 100 feet above a dry creek bed. Another boy in their town tried it and recently died. This show runs October 26th through the 28th at the Augusta Conradi Studio Theater inside the Williams Building.
Then we have Chicago the Musical. All that jazz. Directed by Wade Jennings, this show will be performed November 1st through the 4th at the Sidebar Theater. You can purchase tickets in advance at chicagosta.eventbrite.com.
Then FSU STA is performing Dracula by Stephen Dietz. Then FSU STA is producing Dracula by Stephen Dietz, directed by Becky Abramowitz, November 16th through the 18th. And also A Night Like This, directed by Blaise Teichier, November 30th through December 2nd.
It looks awesome. And at last on our list, but certainly not least, you know how we're fans, are the Tomato Players, the acting troupe that does performing for kids of all ages. Their next show is The Fisherman and His Wife.
Come hang out with the Tomato Players and help tell the story of the fisherman and his wife. This classic children's story is being performed at the Leon County Public Library on November 3rd at 11 a.m. for children of all ages. Bring the inner child in you and interact like the 5-year-olds around you. It's less than an hour long and free. What could be cooler?
Really nothing. I will be there. Truly, I will be there.
0% things are cooler than that.
For more information regarding the Tomato Players, like the Facebook, www.facebook.com/theTomatoPlayers.
Well, that is all that we have for this month.
That is a seriously busy season, am I right?
I know. Very busy.
It looks amazing.
Well, before we get on to our audition segment, we have a very special report of FSU's STA's production of Chicago. So let's check that out.
Hi, my name is Emma Holbrook, and I'm outside of Chicago rehearsals. They'll be performing at the Sidebar, and they open November 1st. Let's go check it out.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, Miss Roxy Hart is, I guess, everybody's favorite housewife, and she ends up following in the footsteps of the infamous murderess Miss Velma Kelly, who had a famous cabaret act with her sister, and we find out that she had ended up killing her sister. And so Roxy kind of goes and follows in her footsteps and ends up killing her lover, Fred Casely. When she's betraying her husband, Amos, it winds her also up in the Cook County Jail. And she goes through a lot of trials and ends up meeting the silver-tongued prince of the courtroom, Billy Flynn. And together they take the stand and they razzle-dazzle him.
I love Wade's version of the show. Just his idea for the entire thing is just, I think, so cool. Just, it's so dark, and I just love dark musicals. I just think they're so interesting.
I think the show is a lot of fun. It's been so much fun to rehearse because this is probably one of the most delightful, pleasant experiences I've had in theater.
I think the show is really unique in how Wade is going about this production. I mean, it's in the round, so I think it's the perfect show to do in the round. It's definitely a different take on the classic Chicago show.
I've never seen such a strong, talented, especially in the dance department, ensemble, and I think that the show rests heavily on that.
You know, the way that the stage is going to be set up, it's going to be super exciting in a lounge, club type feel, and I think it'll be a fantastic experience for anyone that attends.
They're in your face, they're right there, you're living through the show. The show is living with you in this moment, and it's something that you're going to take away and go, I can't believe people went through that. It's just amazing to me.
This isn't the traditional Chicago that they're expecting.
I just love the way that he's doing it so dark and deep and sexy, and I just love that about his version.
They're working so hard. The dance moves aren't easy. It's especially difficult to wrap your head around being in the round, but all of these actors are great, and they're bringing so much to this production as a whole, and I'm really happy that I get to sit here and kind of watch this baby being born and getting to help people along with it. I feel like people are having fun and I'm having fun, and I just love getting to see and work with these people in rehearsal. Tickets are $8 and $18, and you can get them at chicagosta.eventbrite.com. Get them now, they're going fast and you don't want to miss it.
Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at?
Hey, yo, Coachella!
What's up, everyone? I'm the ghost of the late notorious B.I.G.
Yeah, boy! And I'm the hologram of Tupac Shakur.
So as you know, there isn't many auditions during this time of year in local theater, but that doesn't mean there isn't anything going around Tallahassee.
Yo, we don't care who you are, what you're producing, theater, film, classroom skits. If you need actors, we want to broadcast it for you.
That's right, Tallahassee Theater Broadcast at gmail.com. Remember, that's theater with T-R-E, baby, baby!
Yo, drop this. So for our first audition, Tallahassee Little Theater is producing Shakespeare's comedy, 12th Night. Better hurry though. Auditions are October 21st and 22nd at 7 p.m.
Casting is completely open, no roles have been pre-cast, and everyone is welcome. TLT will be casting their colorblind, and some characters will also be gender blind. For more information, go to TallahasseeTheater.org. That's /12th Night.
Yo, that's all we got for auditions right now. Back for you in the studio.
Hold
West Coast, baby!
Hey, Tupac.
What up?
Tell them who shot you.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us. Ray the Big, what the hell are you wearing? Hey, Amanda, thanks for doing what you did. Awesome, Big. Hey, as always, dude, thanks for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Tallahassee Theater Broadcast.